Besides, it seems her power is going out of control. At this moment, without knowing how to use her powers, she was basically a bomb. And the only chance was to train with the experts of the school. But the dad says that he alone is already enough to train her. He glances to the side and says that besides that, this boy didn't have any talent. And he tells our boy that he needs to understand. Determination without strength only leads to death. Here goes our boy who'd aim a one moment and hike the next. But then Ji Young says that he's wrong. He saw with his own eyes that this boy was brave and threw himself in the sea this sister. He has the bravery needed to become a hunter. But Shin Beck replies that that's not courage. It's recklessness. He turns to our boy and asks if, at that moment, he knew what his sister's ability was. And if he really thought he could stop her power. Sun Yoon, all crook, tries to explain that he was just afraid she'd get hurt. But the father cuts him off and says that's the problem. He wasn't focused on the outcome. The only reason he's still alive now is because he got lucky. His ability worked this time. But is he going to live as a hunter who gambles with luck every time? Woo Jae-hyun was trying to recommend the boy but didn't know a thing. That letter wouldn't get him any special treatment. In the end, he just ended up at that academy he'd get crushed by the competition. Man, this dad really doesn't help either. Such a bastard to bring his son down. While the two are arguing, Sun Yoon asks why the father always does this. Why is it that not even once he has the guts to say that he did a good job? He's not even praised for saving his sister. Something that should be obvious. He's almost going crazy there when suddenly someone grabs his arm. It's Ju Hyun, who praises our boy. Now that a teacher had recognized him, he was closer to his dream. Our boy's all awkward, saying it's not really like that or whatever, but the guy tells him not to overthink. All he needs to do is follow the path he believes is right. Looking at the chains in his hand, he says he trusts the work the boy has shown. And obviously says straight to the father that he shouldn't care about people who don't acknowledge him. Even more so with someone who doesn't know a thing about him. Man, I thought this dude worked for the dad, right? Like some kind of spy. But apparently, they don't get along either. And the dad says now and he understands why the kid is so obsessed with becoming a hunter. It must have been this guy who was the idiot that gave him this false hope. The dad's aura makes the guy start sweating cold, but the boy slaps himself in the face. While mentally thanking the teacher for helping him clear his head, then he says that at first he really just wanted to be like his dad. He wanted to be acknowledged and proved that he could win. He only thought about pathetic things like that. But that day in the hospital, things were completely different. And now if he was ready man, he was going to become a hunter. Even if it meant having to fight against his father. But Shinbik turns and says he knew. Words alone weren't enough for him to understand things. Man puts his hand on the boy's shoulder, leans and close to his ear and tells him to go ahead and try then. Our boy, Ewan flinches, and the dad says that soon enough he's going to realize. He wasn't born to walk this path he's trying to follow. The father would give him 1 year to enter the student council. If he couldn't even do that, he would be forcibly brought back home. Jigyung tries to say something, but the dad just tells him to shut up. And Moyans that Sonyoung better protect his sister. Her powers weren't stable at all and like it or not, the only option was to send the boy along. He better make sure she lives peacefully at school. And just like the first condition, if anything happens, he'll be brought back immediately. He asks if the boy understands and of course he says yes, right? That one listens to his father, man. With that, the guy lets him go and walks away. The three are left there looking like fools, saying they really thought they were going to die. Already out on the street, Jigyung calls for him asking if he didn't go too far, saying the boy would have to make it into the student council. He should know that only the strongest could get into that position. Him being rank F and still in the first year, it would be impossible. The father, however, says that if the boy had the courage to say to his face that he's going to become a hunter, that's the least you should be able to do. The friend keeps insisting and then Shinbake says he never wanted to bring anyone down this path. But remembering that our boy said he wanted to be like him, he turns and says that in the end, he ended up dragging him along anyway. Back at the hospital, Sonyoung is looking at the admission letter and is all happy. With that, the month of February came to an end and is our boy practicing with his tired chains. March came with a sudden change, man. That was the boat for the students of the Hunter Academy. And now it was departing, guys. Next chapter, what was that about him saying he must be lying? There were still people there. The whole place is burning down. Looks like it's the dad, right? With the hand that killed everyone. And our boy yells saying a hunter shouldn't act like that. Suddenly, he wakes up in bed, white hair. I don't think that was the protagonist. Who's this guy? I'm not even going to try guessing too much, right? We'll find out soon enough. The one in class is asked if he's okay, right? Because it looked like he was yelling in his dream. He says yes. And then the dude says he must be the new student since it's the first time he's seen him there. The one in the class introduces himself as Purium, but a name man, a second-year student. And the one with white hair shakes hands and says his name is Seal Subin. Nice to meet you. We're on the boat. The siblings are looking at a box full of supplies, wondering why they're getting so much stuff. Are we going to get a survival arc in the forest like Hunter x Hunter? I'm down for that. Ah, I get it. That's our boy's suitcase. And it looks like he stole a bunch of stuff from his dad. Damn it, I'm here daydreaming alone. Suddenly, the sister gets up and says she's going to look around. He tells her not to go alone, but she says she'll call him if anything happens. She knows the room is 105 and by. Our boy realizes he's raising a child. He looks out the window thinking the important thing is to know what they're going to do from on. Meanwhile, there's a blonde guy on deck saying that this new life at school is going to be full of encounters that he needs to make friends with strong people, right? To make life easier. But that was just what a beginner would think. And that's why Purium is acting like that. Apparently, he's not all there in the head and the two beside him are trying to figure out what this crazy guy is talking about. The blonde returns to normal and says that getting close to other students is good. But next time to be better to bring along a really pretty girl of his age. The one with glasses apologizes saying this crazy guy Woojin is kind of a girl addict. I don't blame that rascal. And there he is annoyed, saying he's been looking all over and hasn't seen anyone. But look who he ends up seeing, right man? Feeding the birds. She's kind of sad that the birds aren't taking her chips when suddenly she drops the bag. But at the same second, Woojin shows up, picks it up and hands it back. She all cutely thanks him. But this guy, man, he's not right in the head. Right away, he says that she couldn't attract any birds. But she managed to attract someone else. She's a bit confused while her friend wonders if it's okay to let this lunatic keep acting like that. Purium replies that since she's not running away, it's a revolution. A lot of people there had already participated before. The only downside was the event to pay a crazy expensive fee. Suvan says it makes sense to pay, after all, whoever graduates from here doesn't need to worry about work ever again. But remembering that hunter who burned everything, he says not everyone deserves that qualification. Purium glances over and wonders where Woojin was going with the girl. He says it's best to follow, since that guy's not right in the head. And there they go, man. Next scene, already in the room, she brought the guy to me, our boy. Or actually brought him to report him, because right then, she says our boy should forget it. This guy was following her. He was asking if she had a boyfriend and even touched her. Next second, from outside, the friends see the fool getting kicked out of the room. He tells our boy that they could talk a bit, but Sunyeon already goes to beat him up. The one of the glasses comes to help, while Suvan is just sitting there like, what happened? Looks like next scene, our boy explained that she had been asleep for 12 years, and right then, the guys start apologizing to the fan, saying they didn't know about that. Our boy says it's okay and apologizes for hitting them out of nowhere. Then the guy of the glasses says that he and Suvan must be the same age. And the guy greets our boy, who being all handsome like that doesn't really care to greet back. A while later, outside, Purium asks if